what we've found, and we found this over time, the productivity of your virtual assistant is the direct correlation. The productivity of your virtual assistant comes from the relationship that you have with them.
I remember a conversation that we had once, Jules, and you mentioned like how people that treat a VA almost like a commodity, they will sometimes churn and burn through different VAs over time just because the VA is craving a connection to their boss, basically.
That's right.
Could you expand a little bit more on that? Because I thought, because you really were going to the core of, you know, the culture where these people are coming from, and the sort of emotional attachment and needs they have as well to be able to perform.
Yeah, the Filipinos as a culture are highly familial people. Yeah, they want to be part of the group. Family is very important to them. And if they don't feel as though they're part of your business family, yeah, same as anybody really. If they don't feel as though they're part of your family, we have a word for it. It's one of our values. It's tribe. If they don't feel part of your tribe, you're not going to get the most productivity from them. Now, lean back to the management piece of our model. We're not just managing virtual assistants. Quite often, I'm managing clients because I'm now managing clients' behavior, which is quite sensitive. But the reason why, you know, if it's quite easy to manage a client that sees virtual assistants as a commodity. They just need somebody to have, it's not a huge change. It's a small change that they need to adjust to, that you can have that conversation. You can show them and show them ways, yeah, where they're not having to change themselves, but suddenly the relationship with their virtual assistant goes through the roof.
I remember that example that you gave of one business owner that we both know, who went in 1 year through 3 different VAs. Yeah. And you initially thought, like, is there something broken about the model? Is it something, you know, with the selection of the staff? But ultimately, you discovered it was something completely different, and you had a very candid conversation with your client as a result. Could you just walk us through that?
Yeah. Well, you've just done it, really. Literally, once they got to their 3rd VA, yeah, within less than a year, which can happen, right? But it piqued our interest. So when we debriefed the last VA that he had, we debriefed with them quite heavily. And what came out of that conversation was, yeah, look, lovely person, lovely guy, but just want more engagement on a regular basis. Okay.
From a VA's perspective, right?
From a VA's perspective. From having that, you know, then you're left with a conversation that a lot of supplier companies won't have with their clients. Yeah, because they're having to challenge them. But as long as you preface it from the point of view that you're, number one, coming from a point of care, number two, you're coming from the point of the fact that you're helping this company in its longevity with the VA. And ultimately, if the company wants VAs within their business, yeah, they want to work with you now. So having that conversation, once I sort of prefaced the conversation that way, and I could then show some tips and tricks, that's what our job is. So real account management now with our clients. Once I could show some tips and tricks which were not taking the client out of their comfort zone at all, the engagement with the VA went through the roof. The productivity went through the roof. The relationship was so much easier. The communication was better. Well, the beautiful part of that is when things go amiss, human error, howlers sometimes, not in this case, but errors can be made. But because the communication was at such a relationship based, it was now easier for them both to have hard conversations with each other without us.
Which great teams need. You know, we really have to say that, like, it's sometimes having a bit of a candid conversation. Some people shy away from it or feel intimidated or feel uncomfortable. But the thing is, if you don't have it, it's got potential major damages.
That's right.
But if you do have it in a respectful manner, everybody can do better.
That's right. So, and that's it's another one of our values